friends, welcome to my channel Learn English. இன்னைக்கு நம்ம சேனல்ல நாம perfect tense sentences active voiceல இருந்து passive voiceக்கு எப்படி மாத்த போறோம் அப்படின்னு பார்க்க போறோம். So இதுவரைக்கும் நம்ம active to passive தான் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிறோம். So first one நம்ம present tense பார்த்தோம், அப்புறம் past பார்த்தோம், அப்புறம் future பார்த்தோம். இப்போ நம்ம present perfect tense பார்க்க போறோம். So present perfect tenseல 3 types இருக்குது. ஒன்னு present perfect tense, அடுத்தது past perfect tense, அதுக்கப்புறம் future perfect tense. 3 types இந்த perfect tenseல இருக்குது. So அத இதுல நம்ம எப்படி active voice sentences passive voice change பண்ண போறோம் அப்படிங்கறத பார்க்க போறோம். இப்போ நம்ம வீடியோக்குள்ள போவோம். Okay. So present perfect tense. பொதுவா perfect tense அப்படினாலே நம்ம ஒரு ஃபார்ம் வச்சு ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணலாம். அது என்ன ஃபார்ம்? அதுக்கு பேரு have forms. So have formsனா has இருக்குது, have இருக்குது, had இருக்குது. Has and have come under present perfect tense. So has and have present perfect tense கீழ வரும். மத்தபடி had நமக்கு past perfect tense கீழ வரும். So present perfect tenseல we are going to see how and where have and has are used. So have எங்கெல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம்? When the subject is I or we or you or they. So subject I, we, you, they இருந்துச்சுன்னா அதுக்கு வரக்கூடிய verb form present perfect tenseல have இருக்கும். At the same time has comes for he, she and it. So he, she, it இந்த மூணுக்கும் நம்ம has present perfect tense நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். So keeping this in mind, we'll go to the sentences. So இது basic. So இத நம்ம மனசுல வச்சா மட்டும்தான் when you are going to convert anything, you will be able to do it very easily. So எங்க வரும் அப்படிங்கற நீங்க நல்லா ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. Now verb எப்படி சேஞ்ச் ஆகும் அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம பார்க்க போறோம். So active voiceல has வந்துச்சுனா has been அப்படின்னு நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். அது மாதிரி have வந்துச்சுனா have been. So here are some verbs. So உங்க verbs நான் உங்களுக்கு கொடுத்திருக்கிறேன் so that it will be easy. So has baked is changed into has been baked. Have recited, have been recited. Has driven, has been driven. Have colored, have been colored. Has chased, has been chased. Have planted, have been planted. Has moved, has been moved. Okay. So with this knowledge, we'll go into the examples. I have baked a cake. So have baked. We have recited the poems. Have recited. You have driven the new car. Have driven. He has colored the picture beautifully. Has colored. She has planted a sapling on her birthday. Has planted. The dog has chased the squirrel. Has chased. They have moved the rock out of the way. Have moved. So they வந்துச்சுனா have வந்திருக்குது. The dog, that is it வந்துச்சுனா has வந்திருக்குது. She வந்துச்சுனா has வந்திருக்கு. So இப்படி எல்லா எக்ஸாம்பிளும் நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா எங்க just the first person singular and second person, that is you, and the third person they எல்லாமே have வருது, இந்த எல்லாத்துக்குமே has வருதுங்கறத ஈஸியா நீங்க பார்க்கலாம். Now we'll see how we can change. So I have baked a cake. So I is the subject, have baked is the verb, a cake is the object. So object becomes the subject, so a cake comes to the front. Have baked is changed into has been baked. So அங்க ஆக்டிவ்ல I வந்துச்சு, so அதனால have வந்திருக்குது. But in passive, a cake is the subject, so has நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கிறோம். கீழே பிராக்கெட்ல அது உங்களுக்கு கொடுத்திருக்கிறேன். So has been baked by me. So the answer is a cake has been baked by me. So I becomes me. Next question, we have recited the poems. So we is the subject, so we will be changed into as in the passive form. Then have recited will be changed into have been recited. Then the poems, so the object comes to the front as subject. So the answer is the poems have been recited by us. The poems, so it's plural, third person plural. So have இங்க அப்படி நம்ம போட்டிருக்கோம். No need to change the verb. Next, you have driven the new car. So you is the subject, Have driven is the verb. The new car is the object. So the new car object becomes the subject here. So the new car is written in the front. Then have written. So new car. So it's a third person singular. Right? It comes under the category it. Right. So has been used here. Then so have driven has become has driven. So when we change, it has become has been driven. Then you remains the same. So the answer is the new car has been driven by you. Next one. He has colored the picture beautifully. So he is the subject. Has colored is the verb. The picture is the object. Beautiful is the adjective. So the picture comes with the front as subject. The picture has colored remains the same. Right. So they have to change it into has been colored. Then by he becomes him. The picture has been colored by him. Then she has painted a sapling on her birthday. So she is the subject, has planted is the verb, a sapling is the object, on their birthday is the adjective. So while changing, a sapling comes to the front as subject. So a sapling has painted is changed into has been planted. Then by she has changed into her on her birthday. So the answer is the sapling has been planted by her on her birthday. Now we'll go into the past perfect tense. So here the verb form is had, right? So I had, we had, you had, he had, she had, it had, they had. So there is no worry that we have to change the verb forms like we had in present perfectness like has or had. Okay, has or have. Okay, right. Now how to change the verbs? So had washed, it will be automatically changed into had been. So we are using been. So had watched, had been watched. Had cooked, had been cooked. Had solved, had been solved. Had listened, had been listened. Had washed, had been washed. Had painted, had been painted. Had appointed, had been appointed. Now I'll go to some examples. I had appointed a new class leader. So a new class leader is the subject. So had appointed will be changed into had been appointed. I will be changed into me. So the answer is a new class leader had been appointed by me. We had cooked the dinner. So the dinner becomes the subject. We becomes us. Had cooked will be changed into had been cooked. So the answer is the dinner had been cooked by us. Next question. You had solved the problem. So subject is you. Had solved is a verb. The problem is the object. So the problem comes to the front. Had solved is changed into had been solved. You remains the same as you. So the answer is the problem had been solved by you. Next. He had washed his hands properly. He is subject. Had washed is a verb. His hands is the object. Proper is the adjective. So his hands become the subject. Had washed is changed into had been washed. He is changed to him. So the answer is his hands had been washed by him properly. The next one. She had painted a beautiful scenery. She is the subject. Had painted is the verb. A beautiful scenery is the object. So a beautiful scenery comes to the front as subject. Had painted is changed to had been painted. She is changed to her. The answer, a beautiful scenery had been painted by her. Next question. The cat had watched the escaping mouse with interest. The cat is the subject. Had watched is the verb. The escaping mouse is the object. With interest is the adjective. So the escaping mouse becomes the subject here. Had watched is changed to had been watched. So the subject, the cat becomes the object here. So the answer is the escaping mouse had been watched by the cat with interest. Next question. They had listened to the teacher's advice. They is the subject. Had listened is the verb. The teacher's advice is the object. So the answer is the teacher's advice. Had listened is changed to had been listened to. Then they becomes them. So the answer is the teacher's advice had been listened to by them. Okay students, now we'll go to a PTA question. So since this is the first time of the new syllabus. So new syllabus first time அப்படிங்கிறதுனால எல்லாத்துக்குமே எப்படி கொஸ்டின்ஸ் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு ஒரு டவுட் எப்போதுமே வரும். ஸோ அந்த டவுட் வந்து கிளாரிஃபை பண்ணதுக்காக PTA has given some question papers. ஸோ அந்த question papersல வந்து ஒன்னே ஒன்று மட்டும்தான் I was able to identify as the perfect tense. So 6 question papers were there, but only one had perfect tense as the question, right? So question number 23ல வந்து உங்க question will be like this: rewrite the following sentence to the other voice. So they will be giving either the present perfect, they'll be giving either the active voice or the passive voice. So you have to change it accordingly. So the question here is, they have asked me to pay the fine. So there is a subject, have asked verb means the object. So to pay the fine is urgent. So when we change, me becomes I, have asked becomes have been asked, then they becomes them. So we write the urgent in between. I have been asked to pay the fine by them. Okay. So now we'll go to the next segment, which is future perfect tense. So in future perfect tense, we have two types. One is will forms, shall forms, and the another one is could forms or would forms. So will, would. So both the forms are there. We'll see both the forms here. Okay. So normally the form will be shall have plus past participle form of the verb. I shall have written. Like that, right? So okay. So for I, the verb form will be shall or would have plus past participle verb. For we, shall or would then have plus past participle form of the verb. Then for you, shall or would plus have plus past participle form of the verb. For he, you must recall, for future tense we used to write will, right? So for will or would plus have plus past participle form of the verb. So for all the future perfect tense, we write only have. Okay. Then for she also will or would plus have plus past participle form of the verb. For it, will or would plus have plus past participle form of the verb. Then they, shall plus would plus have plus past participle form of the verb. Okay. Right. So now we'll go to the examples how the verbs are changed. So for I, in the active form, it will be shall plus would plus have plus past participle, right? So here we add, as for other present perfect and past perfect, here also we add been. So the answer will be shall or would. That is according to the sentence. If the sentence has shall have means it would be shall have been. If the sentence is would have means here the answer will be would have been. So that's the difference. So that is what I have shown here. So you can see this. The word been will be added after have and past participle, that is between have and past participle form of the verb. So that is the difference. So we shall have been or we would have been. You shall have been or you would have been. He will have been or he would have been. She will have been or she would have been. It will have been or it would have been. Then they will have been or they would have been. Plus past participle form of the verb. I'll go to the examples. First one, I shall have helped the poor. So I is the subject, shall have helped is the verb, the poor is the object. So the poor comes to the friend, the poor shall have been. So we have inserted been here. Helped by I is changed to me. So the answer is the poor shall have been helped by me. Second one, we shall have finished the dinner. So we shall have. So we is the subject, shall have finished is the verb, the dinner is the object. So the answer is the dinner shall have been finished by us. Then you shall have completed the work. The work will have been completed by you. He will have driven the car. The car will have been driven by him. She will have appointed the committee. The committee will have been appointed by her. The hare will have won the race. The race will have been won by the hare. They shall have visited the old age home. The old age home will have been visited by them. Next, these sentences have would, right? I would have completed the homework by tomorrow. The homework would have been completed by me by tomorrow. We would have recorded the video by next week. The video would have been recorded by us by next week. You would have selected the play for the annual day now. The play would have been selected by you for the annual day by now. He would have bought a new car. The new car would have been bought by him. The cat would have killed the mouse. The mouse would have been killed by the cat. They would have filled the application forms by Thursday. The application forms would have been filled by them by Thursday. Okay, students and dear viewers and friends, I think you would have understood present perfect tense, past perfect tense and future perfect tense in the active form and how to change them into the passive form. So, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to share my video.
உங்களுக்கு இந்த வீடியோ பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்க. என்னோட லேட்டஸ்ட் வீடியோஸ் பத்தி தெரிஞ்சுக்க சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க. மறக்காம பக்கத்துல இருக்கக்கூடிய பெல் ஐகானை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க. Thank you. Learn English.